Welcome to the Made You Smile podcast. My name's Melinda.
And I'm Carrie, and we're here to bring you fun, laughter, and maybe even a few aha moments.
So ready, set, smile. Oh wait, I didn't smile. Checking whether I'm recording. And this time record for real. Cause the other time just was for practice. And now we know
if
it's on.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm so sorry.
Again.
We missed you yesterday. Last week. You and I missed being able to get together.
Yes, I had, my mother was in the hospital
And she's at home now.
And she's at home, but it was a long week in the hospital. Mm-hmm. But everything is okay.
Good.
Now.
Good. Well, I'm glad we're back.
Yes.
We've had our cheesecake.
Yes.
We had some key lime
My favorite
cheesecake.
salad, too.
It was your salad. And we have this routine now where you and I go. And the server comes and says, we say, we're ready to order. And he says,
and I
okay.
Just point.
And he looks at you and you point to me. And
right.
I say, she would like the Thai chicken salad, dressing on the side, no cucumbers.
Mm-hmm.
And
then I feel like I need to explain why you order for me.
She can't remember. I can't remember.
Because there's another salad very close to that.
Very close. Yeah.
And now it's like, it's like my husband, Greg.
Right.
You want to know why? His previous girlfriend from me, her birthday was on December 31st.
Oh.
And my birthday is December 30th. And for the first 10 years of our relationship, there would come December time, a panic in his face of he's going to get it wrong. And that's me when it comes to ordering the salad. I'm like, I'm going to get it wrong and I'm going to regret it.
Yeah.
But you remember it for some reason.
I do. I remember.
Because there's not that connection of how important that salad is to you.
I remember weird
stuff.
Trivia.
Yeah.
Things. I remember people's not people's names. I remember celebrities' names. And I have a new menopause symptom.
Oh. These are always fun.
These are so much fun.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. It's the menopause symptom of the week.
And it is, what's your new symptom?
I can't remember what the day is.
Well, that's a funny question because my mom was in the hospital.
Right.
And they thought she may have had a mini stroke. We had someone from neurology come in and they were doing a cognitive testing.
Yeah.
My dad, my brother, and I are sitting there and they asked her, what is the day of the week? And all three of us like snapped at each other, panicked. Because we're like, is that important to know?
Yeah.
I have no idea what day it is.
Yes.
But so you cannot remember.
I was watching a guy.
How do you find out your information then? How do you figure it out?
I asked the Googles. But I still, today, I couldn't remember what day it was this morning. And I don't know why that is, because it's not like I don't have a routine. I absolutely have a routine. I have things that I have scheduled for each day, and it's the same every week. And sometimes it gets thrown off, but most of the time it's like...
Well, this I understand today because it threw you off. We usually record on Mondays.
Right.
And because of my mom did not come home from the hospital till yesterday.
Yeah.
We were off.
Yeah.
We're a little bit off this week. Yeah. So I think give yourself a break
on this
week.
Okay, a little grace. But it's starting to happen more and more. I'll ask Randy, wait, oh my gosh. Because we were out to eat last week and I was sitting there and they had you get half price something on Tuesdays. And I'm looking at the menu and I'm like, oh, yay, look, we don't want this. And she goes,
but it's
for Tuesdays. And I'm like,
yes, that's why I pointed to it.
And Randy goes, it's Wednesday. And I'm like, what? Dang it. Yeah. And so today I've been living like it's Thursday.
So but you're blaming it on menopause.
My brain fog. Mm-hmm. I think it's brain fog.
I get that. I already drive places and singing along
Yeah.
with the whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think, where am I going?
Yeah.
Where am I going?
What am I
And I'm
doing?
worried that it's a
Yeah.
symptom of some kind of,
But
but
just you
Greg
got
will
some.
say,
Yeah.
no, that happens to people. You
Yeah.
get into routine.
Yeah.
And when this is the way you normally go to the store.
Yeah.
So you make a
Yeah.
wrong turn,
Yeah.
it's normal.
I wanted to talk about something I think is really, really interesting. You and I both raised our children. I've always marveled at mothers who can get up in the morning and get their little babies ready for the day, and then everybody gets in their car and they go off to a full-time job.
I think it's so funny. I had a great friend growing up that was her situation.
Yeah.
She and I was in awe of her like you were. I mean, getting
Yeah.
up and thinking about trying to get dressed in work clothes
Yeah.
while little hands are crawling under the door going,
Yeah.
Mommy, Mommy, Mommy.
Yeah.
And it's funny because she was in awe of me being able to stay home
Yeah.
with the kids all day and not going
See,
absolutely
isn't that
crazy.
funny? Yeah, isn't that funny? It's just, I think it really is just two different mindsets, personalities. Sorry, my bracelet was jiggling there. But I think if you are a stay-at-home mom and you're starting to you have those days, of course you have those days where you just feel like you're not contributing to the world, that you're not,
Where is my value?
what's my purpose? Exactly. Where's my value? I'm here to put a number on it.
Let's do it. Tell those mothers what they're worth.
Let me tell you what you're worth. So you and I both raising our kids, and now we're in this, we're in the season of life where we're figuring out what life is like
after they're all
after
out
all
of the
that.
house.
Now what do we do? So this is a breakdown of the average salary of the different hats that you wear as a mom.
Okay. I want to see if I agree with this.
So the first and obvious, job, career path that you've chosen is childcare provider. Now you are their mother. It doesn't change whether or not if you go off to work, you're still their mother. If you stay at home, you're still their mother.
Right.
But if you stay at home full time, then you've chosen to be a full-time childcare provider. And so that means like a full-time nanny and daycare lead. This is 24/7 though. So I'm feeling like these numbers are a little low.
Yeah, okay. So what are they?
For childcare provider, the average income is $33,134 a year.
That does feel
That
low.
feels a little lowballing. And I'm going to assume that these are for one child.
Right. Or childcare providers, it's several in one facility watching over several children.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure it can be.
Yeah. The next thing is a private chef or
Okay.
cook, and that is a personal chef, and they estimate about 14 hours a week, and that is constant. That was one of the hardest parts, I thought, of being a mom, was always having to come up. How can I
wonder
take this
I wanna
chicken
know
and turn it into a masterpiece?
What? Yeah. Well, see, I'm going to say I fairly often did not turn it into a masterpiece.
No, same.
And I want to know what the criteria is, what you
Yeah.
have to meet to not get fired. Because I feel like anywhere else they might go, I'm not enjoying these cut up franks that you've put into the Kraft macaroni and cheese. I don't feel like it's elevated enough.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so private chef and cook.
okay.
I
So
remember.
what are they?
I don't know what the criteria would be for you to get fired for that, but
I'm pretty sure my kids wanted to fire me regularly.
yeah, you're fired. I remember one time we had two dogs at the time, and they were both sick with some stomach issue. Like they both had gotten into something in the yard probably, or I don't know what it was. But they were both throwing up and like both ends, and it was just awful for both of them and all of us because I was having to clean it up. And so the vet said, okay, they can eat, but they need to eat like boiled chicken and rice is the best thing for them. And so I was like, okay, so I got some chicken. I was like, the beauty of this is they don't care if it's seasoned or not.
Right.
They're not going
All
to
I have
care.
to
They're
do.
just excited to eat chicken and rice. And so I made it for them, and I shredded up the chicken, and I mixed in the rice, and I made them each these, I actually, because most of the time you just go in and you scoop up some dog food and you plop it in their bowl and they're happy. But I went through the whole thing of making this for my dogs. And so I set the bowls down on the floor, and I stood there and watched them just gobble. Every single time I fed them, I would just stand there and watch them eat, and just like, wow, just watching them. And I realized, like, I finally came to it. It was like, this must be what it feels like for people to be really excited about something that you made them. Because my children were never like, my whole family was
They
like,
never gobbled it up.
it's just like, thanks for the food. We ate, check, and then off to the next thing. But
So a private chef.
and
would
that's
make-
going to be $12,478.
Again, that feels a little
Feels a
low.
little low. Feels a little low for
But-
7 days a week. For seven days a week. Maybe they're just
But you said
calculating it for 5
14
days.
hours?
For 14 plus hours a
Okay.
week, yeah. And then the next thing is housekeeper. Being housekeeping. This is under
Again,
a
what's the criteria that you have to
residential
meet?
cleaning service. Yeah, they don't break these down. But for that, it's $9,043.
That also feels
$9,043.
low.
It is
I mean,
definitely
I don't
low.
think that accounts for the crunched up, crackers, the
Yeah.
crunched up, what are the goldfish that you
Yes,
find
under your feet,
everywhere?
yeah, that
and
you're
the
stepping
moldy
on.
grape
And your
that's
car.
under the couch.
Think about the car.
and the sour milk that's rolled
Yes.
up under the car that you
In the
can't
sippy
find.
cup that you have no idea where
And the
is
dog
that
when it
smell
gets in the
coming
diaper
from.
pail.
See, the
and
dog
you
is
come-
a whole different
That
factor.
you come home and
Yeah.
that's a whole.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
The time we
you
found-
know what? You know what they should calculate in here instead of just housekeeping? Biohazard
That's
waste
what it
removal.
is. Have they included that?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
think of the sick
Chemical
times.
expert. Yes.
Yeah, the bathtub that we
Yes.
found had not been drained in like weeks. And we're like, where have you been showering? What? I mean, I'm so
Oh
confused
my
about
gosh,
why
yeah.
there's a bathtub.
No, not housekeeper. Biohazard
Hazard
waste removal.
That's what we're going to add to that.
Where you get like a masters in OSHA, like
listen,
OSHA violation.
Does that account for the brown crickets you have to wrangle because someone left the lid off the cricket cage?
Yeah.
That's where the housekeeper goes, yeah, I'm out.
I'm out.
You
I'm
got
tapping out.
crickets
You guys
crawling
are
all
disgusting. Yeah.
the floor.
About. Oh, good grief! The Legos. Oh, the Legos. You know they make these
That's
little.
why my poor daughter never got a Barbie. Bless her heart. I'm like, look, you got 3 brothers, make do. I am not
No.
dealing with the little tiny Barbie shoes.
Yeah, so that was your boundary. Mine was Play-Doh or anything. They wanted that moon sand that Disney
Oh,
Channel always
yes,
advertised, and I was adamant I am not cleaning that up. And I know it's going to be me having to clean it up. And any of those pets,
Slime.
yes, no slime. We didn't do any of that. I didn't do Play-Doh. My kids were so deprived because I didn't do Play-Doh. I was just, or glitter, anything with glitter.
We did have a sandbox, and even that, I was like, why is there always
Sand
sand
in
all
here.
over the floor?
Okay, and then yeah,
Was there did we already give a price on that?
$9,000
Again,
feels very low.
Very low.
Because again, 24/7.
No biohazard is
Yeah,
included in
no.
that.
yeah. Because
Sorry,
I mean, you
my
got to
phone
think
keeps
about
going off.
the equipment that you would have to have as a biohazard waste removal. Like, there are people that are specialized and degreed in showing up in crime scenes.
What about the
To
Uno
clean up.
cards that I would have to retrieve out of the chandeliers because my son's got, you remember when card flicking got to be really popular, how far you
yes.
could get those?
Yes.
I had 3 boys.
Yeah.
There are Uno cards everywhere.
Yeah.
Nerf gun little things.
Oh,
up
the
everywhere.
the Nerf bullets.
Those sticky
Yes.
hands.
Yes. Permanently affixed to your ceiling.
This is a challenge I don't feel like
No.
is being addressed when they
Yeah.
are putting numbers to this.
Exactly. This was meant to encourage us and not necessarily to discourage us. But I'm feeling it.
I'm arguing on their behalf.
Yes.
They deserve more.
Yes, you're going to
of
be
this non-existent salary that you're supposed to get.
Your HR. And then you have the academic tutor, which for
Again,
20
I don't know
hours
that I
a
would
week,
meet standards.
I probably would have not been great at that. $24,156.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. That wouldn't have been. I would have been fired
right,
pretty quick from being the tutor.
The whole I checked out at new math.
Yeah,
I was like,
I outsourced that.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Gosh, and then the this is interesting. The logistics and social specialists.
Okay.
That is a very specialized, underrated job.
That's when memorizing those dates are really important.
Yes. Yeah. You know what would have been super helpful? Randy wants to get us one of those calendars that's looks like a giant iPad, and you hang it on your wall and everything is digital, and like you can go and click on something and things will pop up and all these reminders and things.
I'm
He's fascinated by it.
I really don't know. I'm not to pat my own back, but I had 4 kids.
I don't know how you did it.
4 sets of activities.
Yeah.
4 dental, 4 shot stuff, and my kids are all like, "Mom, you didn't make it to the dentist some of the time." I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it was hard.
And you're fine. Thank you very much. You're just fine. All your teeth are in your head.
But now that they're starting to have children, they're like, "Wow,
we get it."
That's going to be hard.
And all while we didn't have phones or Google Maps or reminders that pop up or anything like that. I mean, we had computers and we were, we consulted calendars on computers.
I love it. I love it because everything comes to my phone. You've got a dentist appointment this morning.
Right.
Thank you, dentist appointment.
Yes.
Now stop telling me to fill out this anesthesia form that I'm like, wait, what am I having done?
Anyway, that's a lot. The birthday parties and that is a 7-day-a-week job.
And all the church activities.
All the schools, the plays, the concerts.
Here, me being really, skeptical, what kind of price tag did they put on that?
Only $13,469.
That's
got to be that's a personal assistant for one.
And we were personal assistants to 4 people.
And these are like jobs that you've got on the clock and off the clock. So as a mom, you are never off.
Do you remember also? I remember the conversations I would have with Greg, because you're the memory for 4 people, right? Or all your children.
Yep.
And yours. You're taking care of your own commitments that you've made. And Greg would ask me to remind him for something, and I'm like, nope, I'm checking out. I
have
can't
no
do
more.
it.
I have nothing left to give you right now.
No capacity.
This is all full. The brain is full.
So what's the price?
The next one
Did you give me a price on that?
$13,469. Okay. We got to say that's got to be for one child and just a very conservative 5 days a week.
Right.
And that's not the life of a mom. And then the next additional roles, you've got driver, laundry, financial manager, all of that. For all of those things, they're combining all of those things, which I don't think, driver, laundry, financial manager, I think now you could probably estimate what like an Uber driver makes nowadays, like having to Uber everybody around to all their different activities and how much time you spend in your car. I think stay-at-home mom, when your kids get into like elementary school, it becomes a stay in your car mom instead of a stay-at-home mom.
How many times did you get a call from school going, "Mom, I needed my band fee is due and I'm supposed to..."
So many times. Yeah. So many times.
Could you run a check up to...
Yeah. But for all of those 3 combined, driver, laundry, financial manager, just under $53,000. Again, one child, very conservative.
Right.
And if you think about it, all of these are also done by moms who go to work. They just
Exactly.
outsource some of the things
Right.
to other people. So they still are doing all of this, but in a modified way. The total of all of that, and this is again super conservative
Hey,
estimating.
what about dog walker
Yeah.
and pet wrangler
Yeah.
and pet
All of the
feeder?
pet things.
They didn't include all that on there, did they?
No, they didn't.
Do you know who gave mouth to mouth to a lizard? This
This
girl.
girl who's got two
Who
thumbs and
Who smushed up crickets because the lizard couldn't eat? Right here.
Right here. Blech. I've buried my fair share of gerbil. Funeral director,
Right, exactly.
mortician,
and counselor while they're
oh my
mourning.
gosh,
Yeah.
that's
Therapist.
a whole other therapist.
Again, I
Yes.
don't know what my qualifications would have been, and my
Yeah.
children could argue that, Mom, sometimes you did more harm than good.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
there's another role. So there's a lot of things that were not included in that.
Travel agent is another
Exactly.
one that I would think should be. Nurse.
Right?
You're absolutely a nurse.
Mediator?
Mediator.
Oh, my goodness.
Judge, juror, executioner, police.
Exactly.
You're policing.
Security.
Security.
Security. One little boy running through screaming,
Yeah.
he's going to kill me, stepping in,
Yeah.
stopping the
Yeah.
chaos from going on.
Yeah.
Bodyguard.
Yeah. I think there is a what do they call it? Is it your PR? So if the CPS comes knocking at your door and it's like, no, see what had happened was wondering,
We were talking about the reason they're running around naked right now with underwear on their head. There's a good explanation for that. We were exploring some environmental
enrichment.
possibilities
It's enrichment.
to potentially save
We're
on
just
energy.
We are
And
looking at the
we're talking about, look,
anthropological
here's the
outcomes
thing. The
of
water that's dripping off their body,
of a ancient culture
I'm also using
that's been lost
to
and
wash the floor with.
it's an exercise.
And
if
then I
you
save
had only one
on the towel
expenditure piece of
And
clothing, how many ways
not talking about
can you make that work?
totally
Like if you
scientific
had to
studies
survive
in
with
comparison
one
that goes
piece of
on
clothing,
about
what is the
the cost involved in these different ways of taking care of children.
See, we got the
Why don't they come to us?
don't know. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. So the grand total.
I'd like to say I only met with CPS once. And we really did.
Just the one.
We really did, but it was just the one time. Didn't even involve children running around trying to dry off. It was about a dog bite. But I just want to say,
yeah.
as y'all, and don't call anybody about us.
Don't.
Our kids
Yes.
are already grown.
Yes.
So
everybody's
we've done it.
fine. Everybody
So what's
turned
the
out
grand
fine.
total there?
$145,235. Now, there is an overtime factor. So that is a 40-hour work week for all of those. That's the estimate. 40-hour work week, which is Monday through Friday. They're not accounting for weekends here. So some of the
If you add the overtime and the nights involved.
some of the overtime factor bumps that another $40,000
Well,
a
and
year.
you know what? They didn't include nighttime nurse in there,
Correct.
did they?
Yeah, no. So, and if you adjust for inflation, you increase it about 4% year over year. So that is due to the rising cost of private childcare and specialized tutoring. And then this is in Texas, in our neck of the woods. It kind of breaks that down. The living wage for a single parent is around $74,000, just under $75,000. That's just covering the basics. So that's not for, quote, professional grade services.
Well, nobody would
that we
accuse me
provide.
of offering
Yeah.
professional grade services.
Yeah.
Just ask my children.
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
But-
these are
I
these
would
are
like
very conservative estimates, and I think it is.
if y'all would like to offer your services to help me draft a compensation
Yeah.
letter
Yeah.
for my husband and to whom it may concern about getting my back pay for that, I'd
They're
like
not
help.
even including like all of the stories that we have to listen to over and over again, all of the cartoons that we have to tolerate over and over and over again. Hazard pay.
What about
Like
the
workers'
movies
compensation
that you go to,
that you have to watch,
that you sit
just
through, and
wanna-
you are so happy
Yeah.
when they throw like you a bone? Like, I
Yes.
mean, I enjoyed
Yes.
Tangled,
So
and
funny.
I was so
Yeah.
thankful for them.
Because they threw in some humor for
Right.
grown-ups that grown-ups think is funny. We loved Phineas and Ferb because they were hilarious. I still love Phineas and Ferb. I still watch cartoons now that my children are gone. They're just really, really funny.
Well, we still have the language of all the movies we watched. Frying
Yes.
pans. Who knew?
Who knew? Yes. Yes.
Here's your pan, here's your frog. Or vice versa, I can't remember. This looks questionable to me.
Yeah, there is also the crisis management. You know, they have in PR firms, they have people that are just there to deal with a crisis.
Body language
make
interpreter.
sure- Yes. Yes, forensics.
What's wrong with her?
Forensics investigator, like having to out the truth of who did this, who broke that, who
Right.
who ate that, like
Detective.
what have you eaten? What did you put in your mouth? Like, yeah, good grief. It's a lot. Raising children
Y'all
is
are
not for the
doing
weak.
A wonderful
You
job.
are killing it as a person. It is a hard and often thankless job, and we see you, but most importantly, God sees you, and He has
And there's some nuns.
a sect of nuns that are somewhere in the world.
Where are they?
And I don't know. They get up. They take shifts every
I
single
can't remember
night.
if we told this already.
I
Did you
don't-
tell this
I
already?
think that was before I realized I forgot to hit record. on
There
the-
is a sect of nuns that pray during the night for mothers. So you
There
were
is
telling me
it's
there,
a cloistered Catholic order based in California. They're called the Norbertine Sisters, and they are known for waking up around midnight to pray for an hour, specifically for exhausted mothers and parents awake with their children, and it's called their motherhood hour. And it serves as a spiritual support for those facing the difficulties of parenthood. So,
I need to do that for my kids with kids
Yes.
already.
So just, what a great idea for
When you wake,
grandparents.
when you wake up in the
Yes.
middle of the night to go to the bathroom for the third time that night, say
Yeah.
a prayer for your
Say a
kids that
prayer
are
for your
probably
kids.
up with your grandchildren.
That's true. What a great idea. So just know, mamas, if you are listening to this and it's 1 a.m. and you've got a baby that's teething or colicky and you're listening to our podcast, we're trying to be very quiet for you. Just know that you are being prayed for, and the Lord sees you.
And you're doing good
You're
work.
doing a great, great job.
It's okay to not be thrilled with your job all the time because it's
okay.
hard.
It's okay to lock yourself in the pantry sometimes so you can be alone with the Girl Scout cookies.
That fuzzy grape that's rolled up under your car, I get it. I understand. It's
We
just
see you.
thankless work.
Hey,
sometimes.
what matters is that your child is alive and probably healthy and is going to grow up and get married and have a family and work in a job and
go ahead
it's
and
gonna
work
keep on perpetuating
on those Bible verses when they're young.
Yes. Oh, it's so
and
good.
Let them
Find the songs
That's what I still know my I know my 10 Commandments because of a song. It will
I did
never
not learn the 10 Commandments song.
Oh, I got it.
I need to learn that song.
I'll teach
I
you.
know 1 John because of Beloved, Let us love one another. All of the salty sing-along
Yes.
songs. So, anyway,
Doing a great job.
we love you, moms.
We just talked about a shout out to moms.
Yeah.
I want to do a shout out
Not even Mother's Day. Yeah.
to caregivers of all kinds.
Yes.
I had the opportunity to be a caregiver to a friend of mine.
You did.
And I learned so much
Sweet Liz.
about respect, how to offer respect and dignity,
Yeah.
and just, and it's a hard job.
Yes.
It's a hard job.
Yeah.
But my mom was in the hospital for a week. We had a really scary event that happened. She had kind of an infection that set into her knee.
Yeah.
And then she started having symptoms of actually having a mini stroke. So she went off to the hospital in an ambulance, and we wound up in the hospital for almost a week trying to get her better. And it was a hard week.
Yeah.
But what I saw just is so encouraging that people can take and see people at their worst.
Yeah.
And these caregivers came in all hours of the night, I'm sure exhausted after taking care of I don't know how many patients, but they always came into the room with a smile. And no matter the mood that any of us were in, because it was a hard week, and my mom was hurting, and she was not always, in the best mood when you're not feeling good. No matter what the situation is, they would come in with a smile. They would treat my mother with dignity and respect. And I just want to say that y'all are seen.
Isn't that amazing?
Because they were, they're the recipient of people yelling at them and hurting.
Yes.
Family members that are frustrated with the speed, because it does move like molasses, trying to get tests done and hearing from doctors and getting people checked out and all that stuff. And a lot of the anger and angst falls on the caregivers. But I just wanted to do a shout out and thank you, because we see you and we are so appreciative
So grateful.
of how you take care of our family and loved ones.
Because some of the girls that I disciple are nursing students, and so they're coming to the end of their schooling. And one girl that I've had such amazing privilege of discipling, she is finishing up her school. She's actually, I was asking her, she works in the ER, so she wouldn't have been around your mom much, but she has, when I see her learning about scripture and being so interested in the things of God, and because she's fairly new to actually studying scripture, she is, I can see it in her, just that calling to love people and to have so it's amazing that they have all this technical medical knowledge and how to apply that in such a loving and kind and a way that is dignifying the person that they're serving in a way. And so what a gospel centered job is nursing.
Talking about the hands of, and these patients are scared.
Yes.
They're hurting.
Yeah.
Some of them are facing, potentially life and death experiences.
Yes. Yeah.
And I just saw a lot of, even with the way that they would take care of changing the bandages and stuff, just again, offering so much respect and dignity and always with kindness. I was just amazed. I'm not sure that's a job that I could take on, for years and years, but
well, and when you think about it too, in the context of Christianity, the most amazing thing to me that we're, just going through the book of Acts, how you see, and I think Christianity, this is unique to Christianity because everyone is equal. It's our faith is one where a billionaire sits down with a homeless man and they are both equal in God's eyes. And in our culture, we'd look at the billionaire and go, well, how charitable of him to sit down at a table and eat with this homeless man. Like, what an amazing guy that he would do that. But Jesus doesn't see that. In fact, a lot of times he would elevate the homeless man over the billionaire. But that's a nurse's job. They see people all the same, a person in need, and that's all they see.
Right.
And what a gift to have and a calling to have. And so high five, nurses. Like, you're probably not getting paid enough either. So
Yeah. Ellie, Tanya, I can't name them all, Maurice, all of those that helped my mom. Just
thanks for taking care of Mama
Good
Joe.
job.
Good job. We love you.
Treadmills that forget and they step on them and you see them shoot off. I mean,
off.
how do you not laugh at that?
I have fallen off my share of treadmills before.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. This has been going the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to edit it.
You're going to edit it out. Well, last time you talked to me panicked about,
freaked
oh no.
out. Yeah. So we have been, doing some new stuff with our podcast. I'm figuring out how to, video all of this. Obviously, we're not there yet because you see the light. I can see my the
Stripe
shot
of light
here, and there's like a light. So we have to invest in some lighting.
Yeah.
At some point, we must invest in some lighting. So if you do watch this on YouTube, thanks for sticking with us despite our obvious lack of
Hey, we could AI it, and we could just see what they come up with for a Carrie version and a Melinda version.
There is that. You can do that.
I know.
I have
Isn't that
played
weird?
around with that. If I hadn't experimented with that, I would be lying. We love to end our podcast with a word from the Lord, a verse, and this is the simplest one, but it just sums it all up. We're talking about moms and every hat that they wear, and then talking about the nurses
and the caregivers,
that took such good care of your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Paul saying to the church in Thessalonica, and it's just straightforward. As for you, brothers, this is 2 Thessalonians 3:13. This is for everybody, a call to everybody. As for you, brothers, do not grow weary in doing good.
Oh, that's perfect.
The end. Full stop.
When is our job done being the hands and feet of Jesus? Not.
Never.
Keep going.
At what times should we be the hands and feet of Jesus? All of them.
All times.
All the times. Yeah. So he does give them a benediction. I mean, he's given them. So the church at Thessalonica didn't have their act together. So he was giving them some admonition and telling them things that they needed to hear.
Were they one of those memes that you see where it's going
whack, 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 quack, quack, quack? But because the very next verse, in verse 14, he says, if anyone does not obey what we say in this letter, take note of that person and have nothing to do with him, that he may be ashamed.
I would be ashamed.
Yes. Yeah. So if you are not contributing to the body, if you are not showing that Christ-like attitude, like what we've been talking about taking care of others and having that view of who Jesus is and how that makes me act, then you are being a hindrance and a disruption.
Goes with the verse about, if you do these acts and have not love,
exactly,
then you're a clanging
you
cymbal.
Are just a big old clanging cymbal. Yep. So do not grow weary in doing good. Moms, anybody who's in any caregiving capacity, you are doing good, and it's hard. It's hard, and you do get weary. You're exhausted right now.
I am tired.
I've been taking care of your mom.
But
we were at lunch. Sorry, we were at lunch. You you're trying to eat your salad, and
I probably dropped
you
my
kept
fork
dropping your fork, and it
about
was clang on the
3
sorry,
times. It would
I'm
just
sorry.
slip right out of my
Melinda,
fingers.
get your life together.
Can't
Yeah,
grip it.
You were getting so frustrated because you just couldn't hang on to your fork.
Moms, you're wondering probably,
Yes,
does
yeah.
anybody see me? Am I making a difference? Well, Carrie and I have grown children who come
grown
to.
them. We planted them. We watered them.
We
We
watered
seeded them.
them.
We fed
We
them.
made mistakes with them.
We pruned them.
We've,
Yeah.
prayed
Yes.
over, oh
Yeah.
Lord,
You've
what
got
did I
this
do in
right.
the, yeah, I hope you've got it because I failed
got nothing
terribly
left to
today.
give. Yeah.
And I can tell you, they will come to you
Yeah.
and say, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good
Good
job.
job, Dad.
Yeah.
Good job, moms and dads.
They remember the good.
They do.
Things. They really remember.
They
the
do.
Good
I
things.
still apologize for things, and they're like, "Mom, we
Oh, I
don't remember that."
Yeah.
They remember what your taco runs with your children over
Late night, let's go grab a
Christmas.
taco or go get hot chocolate in our pajamas or
We would
all those
have
things. They loved it.
ditch days with moms where we
Yes,
could go and pick
the
them up.
best.
Anyway, they see the best in you. That's
Yeah.
what they remember. You focus on your worst,
Yeah.
and they don't see that. Just like God doesn't see our
It's true.
worst.
Yeah.
So-
It's so true. What a good word. Yeah.
And Jesus loves you.
You can't mess that up.
That's the best.
It is the best.